Well, good morning, back at the Robert H. Treman, and we have actually moved from our campsite back down to, I don't know, the opposite end of our campsite. I can't remember if it's north or south, and Alana went back to the truck, so I don't have her here to correct me. Yeah, so you can see just in the very early intro there that our plans have been foiled a bit. I was really hoping to do the Gorge Loop Trail. I did know that I knew when we booked and when we were coming here that it was going to be close to them opening for their annual maintenance. They close it every winter and then they open it back up after they perform some maintenance. It looks like they're not done. So bummer, bummer, bummer. I know we're going to try to now go do the rim trail to see if we can drop down and at least take a look at the really beautiful gorge and just run of cascades and waterfalls that kind of come down in here, but I don't know if I'm going to get a good look at it or not, but we'll see. That's the gorge loop, and there's falls right down over here. It's time for the up. Oh. The up. Oh. The up. Okay, so we're having an out of breath discussion. Yesterday, you gave me hell because I picked the way back up on dirt trail because I'd rather make my ascent on dirt and gradual than on steps. And you said
steps.
I'd rather have steps.
Yeah.
Okay, steps.
Yeah.
What's better?
Steps.
You really are psycho. No way.
Steps.
No.
Yeah, tell me you agree in the comments.
No, you don't. Tell her she's wrong. All right, well, what a way to start the morning. In the woods, a little waterfall, a little heart rate. Now we're cooling off and I can see the truck in the parking lot, which means because the gorge loop is closed, I think we're gonna wrap it up here and head on over towards Watkins Glen, which is where our bed and breakfast is for this evening. And there's more gorges, more waterfalls, and more to be seen over there. The bottom line is, if you're in or even passing through the area, make a stop. It doesn't take long. No. All of this, I mean, even the longer hikes, if you went out and back, are a couple of miles.
Right.
And just so worth it, I think, any time of year. The bugs aren't getting us.
Not right now.
The air's great. Yeah. It's absolutely worth it. So anyway, we're gonna hit the truck, head over to Watkins Glen.
Yep.
We'll see you there.
Well, before hitting the road, we decided to check out the 4 museum-like open floors of the grist mill, and it was pretty awesome.
I fell hard to the ground. You wouldn't wait for the sound. Girl, you got me searching. Know you're somewhere lurking. Try to make my way in the full moonlight. I got blood on my tongue, and just for no reason. I just gotta find out more about you. Live and let loose now. Take a sip from the city light. You and me, we got the whole world, but let's make it our own. Strolling along the sidewalks, but you're running inside my mind. Give it all we got together, we will always survive.
That's right. Umbrella hats are back. Back again to keep us dry.
Try.
There are millions in town who would like to get was yours from the get-go. Will I never ever find you? Will I never ever find you? Chevrolet Cruise now. Take a sip from the city light. You and me, we got the whole world, but let's make it our own. Strolling along the sidewalks, but you're running inside my mind. You know we got together, we will always survive.
Yep. Woo! Refreshing.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was very fun. That was
Yes.
very nice, and I'm actually thankful for the rain.
Yes.
Yeah. So Watkins Glen State Park. We parked down at the main or
Main
southern
entrance. Nope.
entrance.
2 different places.
Oh, okay.
Main entrance.
Main entrance. It's where there's the little shopping center
Yes,
thing
the
and
gift
everything
shop.
like that.
Yeah.
We left from there, hiked up the Gorge Loop. Gorge Loop's one way right now.
Yep.
Hiked up the Gorge Loop and then back down the Rim Trail. It looks like we should have done the Indian Trail all the way back. We got a
Yes.
little confused and came back a way that we didn't mean
It's not
to.
very clear.
Hopefully this setup's working and the reverb isn't too bad. I literally stuck my camera up on the dash there. So I don't know how this is going, but yeah, great time. I would say all of the parks in the area on the southern end of both Finger Lakes,
Yes.
spend some time when you come into the area. They are well worth it. Now, one of the things we learned is that by getting our campsite, it also included us access for any day that we were camping on, or basically
Yes.
the day of and the day after, because it's
Right.
of that evening.
For the New York State Parks.
For the New York State Parks, or at least that's what the woman told us when we
Yes.
checked in. We didn't know that. We actually visited a park or two, and we went ahead and paid the $9 or whatever the parking fee
Yeah.
was there. I don't have a problem doing that, even if we revisit and don't camp, because everything has been. These trails have got to be.
Bathrooms are nice when they're there. The trails are a lot of work to keep up.
It's got to be a lot of work
Yeah.
to keep them up, right? So anyway, this has been absolutely great. Hopefully you enjoyed the footage. I'm sure there was a lot of B-roll. There's no way I'm going to be able to refrain from cutting it all out. And hopefully it's okay, because I did all of it with the GoPro and action camera since it was raining.
Yes.
But I also did stop to take some photos. So when I
photos.
hush up, you'll get to see the photos that I took while walking up the very rainy Watkins Glen Gorge Trail. I think that's it. This actually concludes, at least we think, our outdoorsy adventure time on this 2-week vacation that we've been
Yes.
doing. This is sort of the final push of the outdoor stuff. We are staying here 2 nights, so 1 full day, and then after the second night, we're going to then be headed back
Yes.
towards home. But I think we're wanting to check out some of the local stuff. Now, that doesn't mean that if someone recommends go check out this other park, we won't. But at least right now, I don't think that's in the.
No,
I don't think that's in the plans.
plans.
So anyway, whatever we get into, I'll share,
Yeah.
and we'll see you then.
Yep.
All right, well, we are back up and at 'em.
Yes.
Finally. I'm not gonna lie, we were early to bed, late to rise. It rained and was kind of cool outside,
Yes.
and it was just absolutely a lovely night's sleep there at the bed and breakfast. We are back at that same location tonight, which means we have all day to kill in the area. And as I mentioned already, we think we're done. We might not be, but we think we're done with most of the outdoor exploring stuff for this area for now. That being said, I think we found enough that we may have a revisit, but today we're doing different things. The first of which we are actually already at, which is Finger Lakes Distillery. You guys know that we're huge fans of whiskeys and bourbons. They do make some whiskeys here, but also some other things like
gins and vodkas and grappa.
Grappa, which we haven't ever had. And we're not wine folks, although this is tremendously wine country. There are vineyards and things everywhere, so if you're into that, you could absolutely spend a bunch of time doing that. And then after that, we're going to be moving on to some museums and stuff. What are we going to do? What are we doing?
The Rockwell Museum.
Rockwell.
As well as the Corning Museum of Glass.
There you go. And I'm actually really looking forward to that one. I know you're still trying to get going with your stained glass and stuff. I'm sure you're interested in some of the techniques and what they do there. So yeah, there's also a series that we caught on Netflix, Blown Away, where they make glass, and one of our favorite people went to Cornell. So Corning. I'm sorry, Cornell. What? Oh, because we went through.
We went by
anyway,
Cornell.
This is why she's here. You totally keep me straight. All right. Well, to help things, we're gonna go try some liquor. Here we go. So, the distillery.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It was okay.
It's okay.
Small.
It's a small distillery. It was a really cool experience. They were very nice, very pleasant. Their liquors were fine. We did buy a bottle of grappa. That was something new to us. It's different. If you haven't had it, it's like I can't explain it via anything else. It kind of stands alone on its own.
Yeah.
We are now at the Corning Museum. Our scheduled time, the Corning Museum of Glass, our scheduled time isn't in for several hours.
A couple hours, yeah.
But the tickets that we bought, right now you have to make reservations, get tickets. You have to have reservations for here.
Yes.
But not so much over at the Rockwell.
Correct.
Which our tickets included both. They run a shuttle to and from or a 10-minute walk. We're going to opt for the walk.
Walk out.
We're going to walk over, and that's why we parked here. So we're going to go over to the Rockwell Museum first, and we're going to walk over there, probably shuttle back.
Probably.
We'll see. We'll see how we feel. We've walked and hiked a lot.
Kind of depends.
Over the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
So that's it. We're going to do that. I'm going to switch off the Z6 to the Z7 II for some hopefully smoother footage of the two. All right, here we go. Well, there you go. Rockwell Museum and the
the
Corning Museum of Glass.
Yes.
What do you think?
Loved it.
Which one?
Glass.
Yeah, me too. I would still, absolutely, when you're in the neighborhood, I would visit the Rockwell Museum, especially if you're really into art. We're not much art like that moves us. There was a few things
Yes.
that did move me or that I found interest in. I shared those with you in B-roll. And honestly, I stopped because there was so much here in the glass place that I just thought was epic, and I could only imagine the hours that an artist put in to working with so much of it. It was cool to watch them make, to do a little thing, a little vase in there. So there's so much to do here in this Finger Lake area, both whether you want to be outdoor, hike, nature, do that kind of game,
or
whether you want to do the culture, small town, you know, Watkins Glen right here, 2 weeks from the big race. So there's just a lot going on. One thing I did notice about Rockwell, the Rockwell Museum that we didn't leave time for is it looked like a really cool town. We had lunch on our way in, and while lunch was great at the place we stopped at, I would have liked to have gone down there in Corning. It was a really cool little place for some shopping and things like that. I think that's it. I mean, like the big it. We are done here out east and New England. Yeah, it's all over. We are heading home tomorrow morning, and it is time for me to get to editing photos, get to editing video, so you can all see it.
Yes.
All right.
And enjoy.
Leave me a comment if you would like to have a wrap-up like what we did with the Winging It trip. It was with mixed pieces. A lot of people watched it. A lot of people liked it. So if you would like us to do a wrap-up with some of the behind-the-scenes information, things we learned, or if you have questions about how, leave that in the comment that if you would like it, and if you would like it, what you would like us to talk about.
Yes.
If I don't get much feedback, well, I'll just keep right on along with the sharing of the things we do, and I'll see you in that next thing. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.